Hello, and welcome back to Speak English Daily.
Hi, everyone. We are very happy to see you here today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today we're talking about something very simple, but also something that makes many English learners nervous: small talk. Mike, tell me honestly, how do you feel about small talk in English?
I feel nervous. Sometimes I don't know what to say. My mind becomes blank.
That's very normal. Many learners feel the same way. When someone says, "Hi, how are you?" or "Nice weather today," you start thinking too much. You worry about grammar, you worry about saying the wrong thing. But small talk is not about being perfect. It's about being comfortable. Think about this. When you meet someone for the first time, do you start talking about serious life problems?
No, that would feel strange.
Right. Small talk is like a warm-up. Before you have a real conversation, you create a relaxed feeling. You show the other person that you are open and polite. That's all.
So, small talk is just a starting point.
Yes, it's a bridge between silence and deeper conversation. Imagine you are in an elevator with a coworker. It's quiet. Nobody says anything. That silence feels heavy. So someone says, "Busy day today?" That simple sentence makes the situation more comfortable.
That sounds easy.
It is easy, but beginners often make it difficult because they overthink. They try to create perfect sentences. They translate in their head. They worry about mistakes. But small talk uses simple English. Very simple English.
So I don't need advanced vocabulary?
Not at all. Listen to this example. How was your weekend?
It was good. I stayed home and watched a movie.
That's small talk. Nothing complicated, short answer, friendly tone.
But sometimes after I answer, the conversation stops.
That happens when you forget one important thing. After answering, you ask a question back. For example, how was your weekend?
It was good. I relaxed at home. How about you?
Good. That small question keeps the conversation moving. Small talk is like tennis. One person speaks, then the other person speaks, back and forth.
I like that idea. It feels less stressful.
Good, because here's the truth. People don't expect perfection. They expect politeness. They expect warmth. If you smile, speak clearly, and ask simple questions, you are already doing small talk correctly.
That makes me feel more confident.
That's the goal. In this episode, we will break small talk into simple steps. You will see that it's not magic, it's just structure and practice.
I'm ready to learn.
Now, let's understand something important. What is small talk really? Many learners think small talk means talking a lot, but that's not true. Small talk is short, simple conversation about everyday topics. It's light, it's polite, it's not deep or serious.
So it's not about big ideas?
No, it's about safe ideas. For example, the weather, your weekend plans, your job, your studies, your hobbies, and food and travel. These topics are safe because almost everyone can talk about them without feeling uncomfortable.
Why do we avoid serious topics in small talk?
Because small talk is about comfort. When you meet someone new, you don't know their opinions, their beliefs, or their personal problems. If you start with something too serious, it can create tension. Small talk helps both people relax first. It gives the conversation a soft beginning.
So it's like testing the situation.
Yes, you test the situation. You see how the other person responds. If they smile and answer with energy, you continue. If they give very short answers, maybe they are busy or not in the mood to talk. Small talk also helps you understand the other person's communication style.
I think I sometimes confuse small talk with a deep conversation.
That's very common. Let me show you the difference. Small talk sounds like this. Nice weather today. Yes, it's beautiful. Do you live near here? Yes, about 10 minutes away. It stays light and simple. A deeper conversation sounds like this. Are you happy with your life? That question is too serious for small talk.
Yes, that feels too serious for someone I just met.
Exactly. Small talk stays simple. Here are common topics beginners should practice: weather, weekend plans, work or school, hobbies, food, and travel. These topics are comfortable and neutral.
Those feel easier to talk about.
And remember, small talk does not need long answers. Short answers are normal. For example, someone asks, "What do you do?" You say, "I'm a student." They ask, "What are you studying?" You answer, "Business." That's natural small talk. Simple questions, simple answers. Now I want to ask you something. When you try small talk in English, what makes you most nervous? Is it grammar, vocabulary, or not knowing what to say next? Write your answer in the comments section. I really want to know what you struggle with.
For me, it's not knowing what to say next. I answer the question and then I feel stuck.
And that's honest. In the next part, we're going to fix that. I'll give you a very simple structure you can follow every time.
That would help me a lot.
Now I'm going to give you something practical, a simple formula you can use in almost every small talk situation. If you remember this structure, you will never feel stuck again.
I like formulas. They make things clearer.
Good. The formula has 4 steps. First, make a simple comment or ask a simple question. Second, listen carefully to the answer. Third, ask a small follow-up question. Fourth, share something small about yourself. That's it.
That sounds manageable.
Let's practice slowly. Imagine you are at work. You see your colleague in the morning. You say, "Good morning. Busy day today?"
Okay.
Your colleague says, "Yes, I have 3 meetings."
So now I should ask a follow-up question.
Yes, you could say, "Oh, really? What are the meetings about?"
And then after they answer, I share something about myself.
Exactly. Maybe you say, "I only have 1 meeting today, so I feel relaxed." Now the conversation feels balanced. Both people are sharing.
I see. So it's not just question, question, question.
Right. If you only ask questions, it feels like an interview. If you only talk about yourself, it feels self-centered. Small talk needs balance.
That makes sense.
Let's try another situation. Imagine you are at a small party. You meet someone new. You say, "Hi, I'm Mike. How do you know the host?"
That's the first step, a question.
Yes. The person says, "We work together."
So I follow up. Maybe I say, "Oh, nice. How long have you worked together?"
Good. Then, after they answer, you can share something small. "I met him in university." Now the conversation is natural.
It feels like a pattern.
It is a pattern, and beginners need patterns. Patterns give you security. When you feel nervous, your brain needs something simple to follow.
Sometimes when I'm nervous, I forget everything.
That's normal, so keep this in your mind. Comment or question, listen, follow-up question, share something small. 4 steps.
Can we try one more example?
Of course. Imagine you are in a coffee shop. You're standing next to someone waiting for your order. You say, "This place is always busy."
That's the comment.
Yes. The other person says, "Yes, especially on weekends."
Then I can say, "Do you come here often?"
Good. They say, "Yes, almost every Saturday."
Then I share something like, "This is my first time here."
Perfect. That is natural small talk. Simple sentences, no difficult grammar, no complicated vocabulary.
I think before this, I was waiting for something intelligent to say.
That's the mistake many learners make. Small talk is not about intelligence. It's about connection. You are just showing interest in the other person.
So the key is listening.
Yes, listening is more important than speaking. If you listen carefully, the follow-up question becomes easy. The other person gives you information. You just use that information.
That feels much easier than creating a new topic.
Exactly. You don't need a new topic. You just continue the same topic a little more.
I'm starting to feel more confident already.
Good, because in the next part, we'll practice safe topics that almost always work in real life.
I'm ready for that.
Now let's talk about safe topics. These are topics you can use almost anywhere, at work, at school, at a party, even in an elevator. When you don't know what to say, these topics can save you.
I need that. Sometimes my mind just becomes empty.
That's why preparation helps. If you already know 3 or 4 safe topics, you won't panic. The first safe topic is the weather. It may sound boring, but it works.
People really talk about the weather a lot.
Yes, because it's neutral. Nobody feels offended by weather. For example, you can say, "It's really hot today." The other person might say, "Yes, I can't wait for winter." Now you can follow up. Do you prefer cold weather?
That's simple.
Very simple. Let's try another one. Weekend plans. You can ask, "Do you have any plans for the weekend?"
And if they say, not really, just relaxing, I can say, that sounds nice. I also need some rest.
Good. You are sharing something about yourself. That keeps the conversation balanced.
What if they say, yes, I'm going hiking?
Then you can say, "That's interesting. Where are you going?" See? Just follow the information they give you.
I think I was always afraid of asking questions.
Questions are your best friend in small talk, but simple questions, not personal questions. For example, hobbies are a great topic. You can ask, "What do you like to do in your free time?"
And if they say, I like playing football, I can say, oh, nice. How often do you play?
Perfect. And maybe you add, "I'm not very good at football, but I enjoy watching it." Now the conversation feels natural.
That sounds realistic.
Another safe topic is work or study. You can ask, "What do you do?" or "What are you studying?" These are common questions in English-speaking culture.
Sometimes I worry that question is too direct.
In small talk, it's normal. People expect it, but your tone should be friendly, not serious. For example, "So, what do you do?" with a smile sounds polite.
I see.
Another safe topic is food. You can say, "Have you tried the food here?" or "Do you like Italian food?" Almost everyone can answer something about food.
I like that topic.
Another is travel. Have you ever visited another country? Or where would you like to travel? These questions are interesting but still safe.
I feel like now I have many ideas.
Good. The key is not to memorize long sentences. Just remember the topic: weather, weekend, work or study, hobbies, food, travel. From these, you can create simple questions.
That feels much easier than trying to invent something new.
Exactly. Preparation reduces fear. If you enter a situation already thinking, "I can ask about the weekend," you won't feel blank.
I think before this, I believed small talk had to be creative.
No, it has to be comfortable. Creativity is not required. Friendliness is required.
That makes small talk feel less scary.
Good. In the next part, we'll talk about what to say when you suddenly don't know how to continue.
Yes, that happens to me a lot.
Now let's talk about a situation every learner knows. You are speaking, the conversation is going well, and suddenly your mind goes blank. You don't know what to say next. What do you usually do in that moment?
I panic. I smile, but inside I'm thinking very fast. Sometimes I just say, yeah, and then silence.
That silence feels very long, right?
Yes, even if it's only 3 seconds.
Here's the important thing. Small pauses are normal. Native speakers also pause. The difference is they use simple phrases to fill that pause. You can do the same.
Like what?
For example, you can say, "Oh, that's interesting," or "Really?" or "That sounds nice." These small reactions give you time to think.
So they are like thinking time.
Yes, they keep the conversation alive while your brain prepares the next question.
I like that. It feels safer.
Let's practice. Imagine I say, I'm planning to move to a new apartment next month.
I can say, oh, really? That's exciting.
Good. Then you can add a simple question. Where are you moving?
That feels natural.
Exactly. You don't need a big idea. You just react to what the person says.
What if I don't understand something?
Good question. You can say, sorry, could you repeat that? Or, what do you mean? These are polite and normal phrases.
Sometimes I'm afraid to ask.
Don't be. It's better to ask than to stay confused. Small talk is about communication, not perfection.
True.
Another trick is to repeat part of what the other person said. For example, if someone says, I started a new job last week, you can say, a new job. That shows interest and gives them a chance to explain more.
So I don't always need a new sentence. I can use their words.
Yes, that makes conversation easier. You are using the information they give you.
What if I feel the conversation is ending?
Then you can close it politely. For example, it was nice talking to you, or I need to get back to work, but it was great chatting. Ending a conversation politely is also a skill.
I never thought about that.
Many learners only focus on starting a conversation, but ending it politely is important too. It leaves a good impression.
That makes sense.
Let's try a full short example. I went to the beach last weekend.
Oh, nice. Was it crowded?
Yes, very crowded.
That's interesting. I prefer quiet beaches.
Perfect. You reacted, asked a question, and shared something small. Even if you pause for a second before speaking, that's okay.
I feel more relaxed knowing pauses are normal.
They are completely normal. Silence becomes uncomfortable only when you panic. If you stay calm, a short pause feels natural.
I think my biggest problem was fear of silence.
And now you know silence is not your enemy. In the next part, we'll talk about common mistakes that can make small talk uncomfortable.
I'm sure I've made some of those.
Everyone has. The first mistake is giving one-word answers. For example, someone asks, "How was your weekend?" And you say, "Good." Then you stop.
Yes, I've done that.
When you give a one-word answer, the conversation dies. The other person has to work harder to continue. Instead of good, say, "It was good. I relaxed at home." Just add one small detail.
So one extra sentence helps.
Exactly. Just a little more information gives the other person something to ask about.
What's another mistake?
Not asking questions back. If someone asks you something and you answer, but you never ask them anything, it feels unbalanced. It becomes an interview.
So I should almost always ask something back?
In most small talk situations, yes. For example, I'm a student. Then you ask, "What about you?" That keeps it natural.
I see.
Another mistake is making the topic too serious. Imagine someone says, "Nice weather today," and you respond with a long speech about climate change and global problems. That shifts the mood.
That would feel heavy.
Small talk is light. If the other person wants a deeper conversation, they will guide it there slowly.
So I shouldn't jump to serious topics too fast.
Exactly. Also, avoid very personal questions when you just met someone. For example, asking about salary, age, or relationship problems can feel uncomfortable.
That depends on culture too, right?
Yes, culture matters, but when you're unsure, stay safe. Neutral topics are your best choice.
Any other mistakes?
Yes, talking only about yourself. Some learners get nervous and start talking too much. They don't pause. They don't ask questions. Small talk should feel balanced.
So it's like sharing the space.
That's a good way to say it. Share the space. Listen as much as you speak.
I think my biggest problem was short answers.
And now you know how to fix that. Add one small detail. Ask one simple question. Keep it light. That's enough.
That feels realistic.
Good. In the next part, we'll practice full real-life situations so you can see how everything works together.
I'm ready to try real situations.
Now, we're going to practice real-life situations. Imagine you are at a small office event. You see someone standing alone with a drink. You don't know them. What could you say?
Maybe I can say, "Hi, I'm Mike. I don't think we've met before."
That's a very good start. It's polite and confident. Then you can add, "How do you know the team?" That gives them something easy to answer.
And if they say, "I work in the marketing department," I can respond, "Oh, nice. How long have you worked there?"
Good. Then, after they answer, you can share something small. "I just joined the company last month." See how natural that feels? Simple sentences. No stress.
Yes, it feels smooth.
Now imagine another situation. You are waiting for a bus. The bus is late. There is someone next to you. You can say, "The bus is always late at this time."
That sounds realistic.
The other person might say, "Yes, it's very frustrating." You can respond, "Do you take this bus every day?" That continues the conversation.
And if they say yes, I can say, "I usually drive, but my car is in the repair shop."
Perfect. You are sharing a small detail. That makes the exchange balanced.
What about meeting someone at a friend's birthday party?
Good example. You walk up and say, "Hi, how do you know Sarah?" They say, "We went to university together." You respond, "Oh, really? What did you study?" Then, after they answer, you might say, "I studied business, but I wasn't very good at math." That small personal detail makes you human.
I like that. It doesn't feel like a script.
Because it isn't a script. It's a pattern. Comment or question, listen, follow up, share something small.
Can we try one more?
Of course. Imagine you are at a coffee shop and the person in front of you drops some coins. You help them. You can say, "Here you go." They say, "Thank you." You smile and say, "No problem. It's really busy here today." They answer, "Yes, I didn't expect this crowd." You can ask, "Do you come here often?" That's how a simple moment becomes small talk.
I see something now.
What do you notice?
The sentences are short. Nobody's using complicated grammar.
Exactly. That's what makes it work. Beginners often think they need advanced English to sound natural, but natural small talk uses basic words.
I feel like I can try this in real life.
That's the goal. Small talk becomes easy when you stop trying to impress and start trying to connect.
That idea changes everything for me.
Good. In the final part, we'll bring everything together and give you a simple action plan you can use this week.
I'm ready for that.
Now let's bring everything together. Small talk is not about being impressive. It's not about perfect grammar. It's about connection. When you understand that, everything becomes easier.
I think that idea helped me the most.
Good. So here is your simple action plan. This week, choose 3 safe topics. For example, weekend plans, work or study, and hobbies. Prepare 1 or 2 simple questions for each topic. Keep them short and clear.
So I should prepare before I enter a situation.
Yes, preparation reduces fear. If you already know, you can ask, "Do you have any plans for the weekend?" You won't feel blank.
That makes sense.
Second, remember the 4-step pattern. Start with a simple question or comment, listen carefully, ask a small follow-up question, share something small about yourself. That's the rhythm of small talk.
Comment or question, listen, follow up, share.
Exactly. Third, allow small pauses. Don't panic if there is silence for 2 seconds. Stay calm. Use simple reactions like, "That's interesting," or "Oh, really?" These phrases give you time.
I used to think silence meant failure.
It doesn't. Silence is normal. Panic makes it uncomfortable, not the silence itself.
That's a big shift in thinking.
Also, remember to avoid common mistakes. Don't give one-word answers. Don't make the topic too serious too quickly. Don't talk only about yourself. Keep the balance.
Balance feels like the key word here.
Yes, balanced energy, balanced speaking and listening, balanced sharing.
I feel like small talk is less mysterious now.
That's because it's not mysterious. It's a skill, and like any skill, it improves with practice. You don't need to wait for a big social event. You can practice with a classmate, a coworker, even a neighbor.
Even short conversations count?
Especially short conversations. A 2-minute exchange is perfect practice. The goal is not a long conversation. The goal is comfort.
I like that focus.
Let's imagine one final short example. You meet someone at work. You say, "Good morning. Did you have a nice weekend?" They say, "Yes, I visited my parents." You respond, "That sounds nice. Do they live far from here?" They say, "About an hour away." You say, "That's not too bad. I try to visit my family once a month." That's it. Simple, warm, natural.
And none of those sentences were difficult.
Exactly. Small talk that actually works is simple, it's friendly, it's human.
I feel much more confident now. I think I can try this tomorrow.
That's what I want to hear.
Thank you for guiding me through this. I'm ready to practice in real life.
If today's episode helped you feel more confident about small talk, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next conversation practice. We create simple, real English dialogues to help you speak naturally and comfortably.
And don't forget to like this episode if you learned something new. It really supports the channel.
Also, try one small conversation this week. Just one. Then come back and tell us how it went. Practice is how confidence grows.
See you in the next episode.